I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery, and this is Stop Drinking Alcohol week 26, 6 months of no drinking. For a start, what an amazing 6 months it's been. I remember every part of it. I want to remember every part of it, and I can't remember any 6 month period that's given me such pleasure as this one. The last time I quit drinking, by the 6th month I was sort of getting ready to go back onto it. I was looking for excuses, and if it wasn't that my brother's wedding was in, say, 4 months' time, I think it was in November, the beginning of November, I would have actually gone back on that summer. I was looking for beers anywhere, you know, the alcohol-free beers and all that kind of stuff, just to get the taste. And now it's the furthest thing from my mind. Don't get me wrong, I still have the odd craving every so often, but it's not a craving for the alcohol. It's actually a craving. It's something that comes up as just a part of life. You tend to do certain things every so often, like birthday parties only come around once a year. There's certain occasions that you're going to have that don't come about very often, and when they do come about, they spark this desire in your head that you used to have, and you're still going to get it. You're still going to get that desire. It's just that you have to put it into focus. You have to, look at it for what it really is, and it's only just a past memory. So 6 months on, and I really do feel good physically. I'm getting no more of the aches and pains that I used to get, and I used to, lie to myself and say that it was something to do with the junk food that I was eating, or it's just a fact of getting old. And at one stage I was really starting to think to myself, well, this is sort of it. It's not going to get any better than this, and this is just a fact of life. So I can't believe how much I actually lied to myself over all those years. I always kidded myself that I was telling myself the truth. No matter who else you lie to, don't lie to yourself, that kind of thing. But I was lying to myself, and you cover it up so well that you don't know you're doing it. But I've got no more pains. I've got no more liver aches. All that kind of stuff was gone. I had it for maybe 2 or 3 months afterwards. I was still getting the odd twang in sort of around the liver area, but that's all. It's all disappeared now. I haven't had anything in a long while. A big physical difference is obviously that I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost 40 pounds. I was talking to my sister there a few weeks ago, and she was saying, asking me how much I'd lost, and I said 40 pounds. She said, I've just weighed the middle girl. She's 5 years of age. She said she weighs just under 40 pounds. So just for the crack, I picked her up and carried her around for a little bit. And, 40 pounds is not that much to pick up for a few minutes, but when you think that you're carrying that kind of weight around all the time, I'm just dead glad that's gone now, and I've still a bit more weight to lose, but it's going to be a gradual thing. There's a lot of talk about, there's a lot of debate about whether alcohol actually puts weight on you, that, there's the same amount of calories is for carbohydrates or something like that. I can't remember the exact figures. But that your body deals with the alcohol first, so that by the time it goes into your body, it's getting rid of it. But even if that was true, the drinking makes you, it's not just alcohol that you're drinking. There's a lot of stuff in the drink as well. Like I used to drink Guinness, and there's a lot of stuff inside the Guinness rather than the alcohol, otherwise than the alcohol. So that's all going to put weight on. There's also the crappy food that you're eating at the same time. And if there wasn't any truth in alcohol doesn't put any weight on you, then I wouldn't have 40 pounds to lose. I was over, I think it was 70 pounds overweight, so I wouldn't have had that to lose just by being a heavy drinker, Another thing that I've really benefited from is taking up yoga. You can take any different sport you want. If it's walking, it's playing tennis, whatever. It's just getting up and moving. It's doing something. But for me, particularly, yoga has really given me a lot of good benefits. I'm able to stretch more now. And again, something that I thought I would never get rid of was a bad back problem, And it seems to have disappeared. Touch wood, you know. Hopefully it's gone now. And another physical thing that every drinker can relate to is the hangover. No more hangovers. I mean, from day one, that's happening, you know. You just don't get any more hangovers. And my hangovers were getting really, really bad. I mean, I was having 2, maybe 3 day hangovers. And, you know, let's face it, when you're drinking all the time, it's one hangover leads into another one. You get a hangover, you go out drinking to cure the hangover, hair of the dog, that kind of thing. And one hangover just leaps over into another one. And before you know it, it's just a part of life that you're getting up every day with a hangover. So no more hangovers. I've also got loads more energy. There's been a lot of comments on the website and on YouTube about people losing their energy when they first start out, and there's a couple of guys who were saying that they're 2 months into it and they still haven't got their energy levels back up again. And it could be there's a lot of different reasons for that. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I can only talk about myself. But I haven't had this high energy levels for a long time, you know. I can't remember the last time I had I felt this buzzy, you know. And I know it's a lot to do with losing the weight, it's a lot to do with changing my diet, but I think in general it's everything to do with stopping drinking. Some of the biggest changes have happened inside my head. I've got just so much more self-respect now and self-confidence, and I've got the respect of other people as well, and people I really, really care about. My sister, for instance, has left me to look after her kids on a few occasions, and you know, they're only little girls and I have great times with them, but she wouldn't have done that before when I was drinking. And you know, like, I can understand that. Who wants to leave 3 little girls with a guy who's I mean, I would never get pissed in front of them. That was never my thing. But you know, hangovers, all that kind of stuff, you're not with it. Another change that you'll notice after a while is that your willpower will start to get stronger. And your willpower is like any muscle in your body. It's if you don't use it, you'll lose it. And you can actually train your willpower muscles just like you would training your proper muscles in a gym. You know, you go to the gym, you do some workouts, you do press-ups, you do whatever. I don't do that kind of stuff, so I don't know. But it's the same sort of a principle behind it. The more you use your willpower, even if it's only on small things and for small lengths of time, you actually build up your reserves of willpower, which is, it's a great thing in any part of your life. You know, you need willpower so much during the day. You know, even when it comes down to saying to yourself, well, you know, like, I've got to study today, or I've got to be on time for work, or all those kind of things are all to do with your willpower. My outlook has improved. Just the way I'm looking at life now has just shot up. I mean, beforehand it was all doom and gloom, and I couldn't see a way out of it. You know, there was just it was sort of a dark fuzziness all around me, and I didn't think I was ever going to be able to achieve anything in my life. Now I've stopped drinking, it's just my future looks really clear and bright. My health, you know, I don't have those same worries about my health anymore. I know I'm not killing myself. I mean, I'm not saying that that your health can't deteriorate. I mean, you know, anything can happen to anyone. That's not the point. When you're drinking like that, or you're smoking, or you're doing anything that is detrimental to yourself, you're the one that's sabotaging your own health. So at least I'm not doing that anymore. And if my health does go bad, then, you know, so be it. There's nothing I can do about it. But like I say, my outlook is just, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I can achieve a lot more things now than what I could do. I can dream about things. I can forward think. I can put myself into positions where I know I can achieve it, because I'm not going to be in a state where, well, you know, I've got a hangover, or, you know, I can plan things for my future. I can plan every day out and stick to those plans. So fantastic. I'm loving what's happening on the website now. There's over 70 videos on the website and on YouTube as well. And I'm genuinely happy that I can give people hope that there is a possibility of quitting. One of the biggest benefits to me from quitting drinking has been that I feel like I'm a better role model now for my son. Now, any parent will understand this. I mean, to do something that is so obviously stupid, so moronic, and to do it in front of your kids as well, you know, which I did for a long time. You know, you gradually get pissed, and they don't understand that. They just, you know, like, especially when they're young, they just look at you like, what the hell are you doing, you know? And when they do understand it, then, you know, there has to be no respect there for that kind of thing. And thankfully, I'm getting some of that respect back. I mean, he turned around to me and he told me that he's delighted. He's, you know, glad that I've stopped drinking because at least now I'm not doing any more damage to my internal organs, and I'm not killing myself. So to sum it all up, in the last 6 months, life definitely gets better without alcohol. I can't think of one thing that hasn't got better. Nothing at all. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And it's not just about quitting drinking. You know, you stop drinking one day and it's not as if something magic is going to happen the next day that's going to totally change your life. It doesn't work that way. It's basically, it gives you the opportunity to change your life. Drinking alcohol is the thing that's stopping you from doing all these things. The more you drink, the more down this spiral of bullshit you go, you know, that you just, it gets harder and harder to get back out of it because your whole life is invested into this. It's when you start replacing the drink with something else, with something more worthwhile, that's where all the magic happens. That's when you start seeing exactly what you're capable of. We're all capable of doing good stuff. If you can stop drinking for a day, you can do it for 2 days. If you can do it for 2 days, you can do it for 3 days. 3 days leads on to a week. If you can quit for a week, you can do a month. If you can do a month, you can do 6 months. If you can quit for 6 months, you can do a year. And you can go forever. You don't need to have a drink. You don't need alcohol, and alcohol doesn't need you. And it's easily done to stop drinking and to part ways with alcohol without the world ending. So just do it. So at the end of the day, quitting drinking is really only the first step that you have to take in order to begin on the journey to finding out who you really are, you know, to getting to the person that you want to be. But it's an essential step. You have to take it. If you don't, then you're doomed to making the same mistakes that you've been making all along. And you'll keep making those until the alcohol gets you in the end, you know. So just quit. It's simple to quit. You just don't put the alcohol in your mouth anymore. I know it's not easy. It's going to be a tough journey, but the results are there. I mean, the rewards are there for you. You will benefit greatly by stopping it. Just stop. I can't wait to do Stop Drinking Alcohol Week 52, 1 year off the alcohol. If you want to subscribe to the channel, just click on the button over here. You can go to the website and leave a comment there if you have any questions, if you've got any stories you want to tell about your own alcohol journey, or just leave a comment. You can also do the same here on YouTube. Until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara. This is Alcohol Mastery. Onwards and upwards.